What is up, gamers? Do you guys remember Limbo? It's that game that came out in 2011, and it's something that I'm sure a decent amount of us put an hour in before quitting. Inside, which is another game made by the same studio, came out 5 years later, and this is what we'll be checking out today. This, like Limbo, has pretty unique visuals, and the plot is super mysterious, but the thing that really makes Limbo and Inside notorious isn't any of that. It's actually a lot worse. I was taunting them! Shit. Oh my god! Uh-oh. So, if you're interested in either the story, or you just want to see this boy suffer, hang around because I'll show you my first-hand experience with Inside. Okay, so this game actually starts with no main menu screen, just the boy that we'll be playing as, and his only features are a red shirt and no face. The literal first thing we see after going past his barbed wire fence is actual human trafficking of people just like me. This is probably not a good sign, but what do I know? A little further, I grabbed the attention of these two guys, and one difference you can notice is that they both seem to be wearing a mask with a face on it. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, so I stepped out to see what could hurt, and the answer to that is my neck. Wait, oh my god. He's just straight... Wait, am I just dead? So, masked people bad. Got it. I also found out that dog is also bad. The only way I was able to escape this mutt was by jumping this ravine. Okay. Deeper in the woods, I saw a car, and I thought I could try to pretend to be a prancing deer, but I don't think anything could have stopped this chase. I ran for a while until I ran into someone who seemed to be ready for deer season, though. Oh my god! Holy shit. Escaping him and his bad accuracy only got me into another chase where I had to jump off this cliff into some water. Diving into water and swimming up to the surface, I see that I'm still being watched, even down here. This is where I was hit, and I just croaked. Avoiding them, I was finally able to get away from all that noise where I think I saw some driftwood. Whoa, what the? I thought these were logs, just straight up pigs on the beach. Yo, what is going on in this world out here? A quick corn maze run later, I found myself in a farm with 2 little chicks. Scratch that, many chicks. Surely these chicks play no violent part in any puzzle involving a very large machine in a shady barn that clearly needs objects to be launched at this hay bale. Oh wait, no way! Are you serious? There's just no way that works. Just one PETA violation later, and I was able to go onto the roof and do the classic Assassin's Creed dive. Not onto hay, but pigs. We survived this, by the way. Using the pig wagon, I got onto the shed and got to see something strange. Some very large worms, who seemed to be looking for something to attach to. What the hell is that? What the hell? Just a bunch of worms. If these things are anything like leeches, I probably shouldn't be going through waist-deep mud, but oh well. Okay, that's not a good sight. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my god. Whoa! Kinda cool we get to use this pig to break into here, but also why the hell is it so aggressive? It was so aggressive that it practically knocked itself out, and one quick press of my interact key seemed to answer a couple questions that I had.
Ew, you nasty ass bastard!
What the hell? Okay. The worms are in fact actually some type of parasite, and this was a regular pig that I used as a stepping stool after I pulled it out. Attaching myself to this helmet showed me a second strange thing. This helmet gave me the ability to control the faceless people in the back. So, we have parasites and now little devices that can achieve the same thing. Something is seriously wrong. Anyways, I use these guys to free each other and then break down the scaffolding to make myself a path. Maybe this isn't so bad. Disconnecting myself from the helmet also seems to put these guys back into some sort of vegetative state, but oh well, goodbye piggy.
That'll do, pig.
We were now able to also go outside and see the sun. Praise the sun. Oh, and some slavery as well. Not sure what the deal with these guys are just yet. Coming to this warehouse, I found myself in a room with a safe at the very edge of a plank, so I knew what I must do. I first had to orientate this wood and then lift it. This got me up top, and then I used my critical thinking for the next step. Okay. I don't think I'm alive. Anyways, I did it properly the second time, and this brought me into some basement where I noticed a bright yellow wire. I ripped this vent off with my bare hands, and it brought me into a room with this thing that looks like a bomb. This is how you get your achievements, as well as a secret ending, if you get all of them. In the next room, I found another helmet. This one was for a simple puzzle involving a door and pressure plates. With that, I did some parkour on the roofs, and after using this pipe, came down and saw all these faceless marching towards something. I was wondering if there was a bigger device that is calling them over, or perhaps something else. They seemed to be quite orderly with their movement though. One slow ladder push later, I made it into a room with what looks like Wally. That's Wally with the taser. What? What you had to do was use these pillars to hide from the light. I wonder why they had these things since I haven't seen anything not under control yet. Anyways, I tried it a second time and clearly I was doing something wrong. Oh wow, I really can't. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to open it first and then go back. Yeah, so I actually do this quite often where I act before I think. Anyways, elevator time. The elevator took me to another angle on the faceless down there, and more importantly, this board, which kept me entertained for quite a while. Just look at how bendy it is. That's some good wood. That's not good wood though. This dropped me on top of one of these faceless. And in the following cutscene, I gotta give credit to the boy. Although he was dazed, he was able to react quickly and get back into marching position before the machine could even react. This makes me wonder if he is more than just a boy who stumbled upon all this. Anyways, I took control again, so lock in. All this marching brought me into a room where I got to see masked people again. This time, they seemed to be observing us. There were even people on the sides with clipboards, and it's almost as if they were quality checking us, looking for defects. Oh! That was so bad. These guys need to get their eyes checked. I have no clue how they passed me with that horrible performance, but in this next room, I had an even harder test. Dude, that dog is tweaking in the back. It better not just chase me out of nowhere. Okay. Yo, goodbye, princess. Whew. Alright. Chase escaped. Never mind. Oh my god, wait. Holy shit. These deaths can be pretty brutal. What you had to do here though was bait the dog down the ramp and then run for it. This gave me enough time to jump onto this helmet, and now I had to rely on the faceless up top to push me. He could only take me so far before he was blocked though, so I had to hop off right here, push this box, opening the gate, and then hop back on to continue. This took me straight to another puzzle, where not only was there some helmetception going on, but another faceless as well. With the new one in position, I tried to take the helmet off the old one, but this happened instead. Yeah. Okay, I thought so. After I was done goofing around, I opened this hatch up which just had everyone below me straight panicking. Letting go dropped me into some water, and after a little bit of swimming, I found a nice pallet, and so I was able to continue the adventure. This is where I found myself in a room, where I had a big red button, so of course I pressed it. This button seemed to change the water level in the next room, and just to make it simple, let me explain this in caveman terms. Button middle control water, door not like water, need reach chain, swim down press button, make it on ledge, this give case, use case as boost, climb up chain. This brings us up into an expanse where you can see just an absolute ton of faceless being transported in the back. Somewhere. All these people in for what? It all just keeps building up towards something. It's always more questions than no answers. The only thing I know is that I really hate the dogs. And boy oh boy, will we get to meet some dogs in the next minute. They're just lining up for a taste right now. At least this one was nice enough to wait for me to get out of the water. A bit of baiting onto the other end of the pool later, and nice, I got away. Straight into another dog chase. This one wasn't so bad though, because I just had to climb the fence, so now I could just stare these suckers down. Oh wait, that run's not over yet? Oh my god. Oh god, you idiot. I was taunting them. Oh my god. Making my escape this time, I was not able to block the path, and after seeing how hungry they are, I was given a golden opportunity to truly taunt them. No! Okay, I did not think that would work. All I do is win, no matter what. Back to the humans, and this guy on the catwalk is actually not wearing a mask, so I expected him to be friendly. But I guess not. This had me really confused on if anyone is actually on my side that isn't a farm animal and or literal brainless slave. At least I had their whip though. This is also the part of the game where you get to deal with water now. Now I'm gonna just say it right now. I hate water levels. And for anyone with thalassophobia out there, look at all this water. After I was drifting for a while, I was able to break through this wall, but not this one, because it had rebar behind it. So I had to jump out and explore further on foot. This brought me to the first red button that actually was out to hurt me. Don't worry though, I'm still pressing every button out there. I just had to escape this Indiana Jones scenario. Ooh! After that, I got to see what was all the hype behind this door. Grass. Besides touching grass, there was this new puzzle mechanic where you had to pull the chain on this cube, causing it to fly up. Pretty nice. This took me to a Tarzan jump where I definitely broke my knees. Oh, and another big red button. This one was nice though and gave me the ability to continue with my ride. Jumping down, I saw the game's only jump scare, if you can even call it that. Whoa. I got no time for that though. Gotta bounce. It wasn't long before I got to see this little girl again, and she seems to be afraid of the light. Even after beating the game, I'm not really sure what her deal is. If I had to guess, some sort of lab experiment gone wrong. Hatred towards human type stuff. She's also a lot more dangerous than you would assume. Oh wow. Okay, so they're not friendly. This is the part where I got stumped for a while as well. I had to break through this wood up top, but after each charge, she took the opportunity to pounce me. This happened over and over. Brother. Oh my god. I was so annoyed at this point, I tried to take a more extreme route.
Let's kill a horse.
What? That didn't work. Eventually, my blind ass finally saw the solution after one more death. Fuck. Oh, I'm such a dummy. I think I have to close the gate. Yeah, okay. I was just so stupid there. Yeah, so I'm pretty special. I was able to go back to being happy though because I got to say goodbye to the water for now. Dusty Sandland is now my good friend, and I was diving headfirst to meet them. Wow. This place was pretty big. It had an elevator, this strange room which had a glowing sign after I pulled the lever. Not sure what that means yet. And after taking the elevator down, I found a bunch of the mindless standing around below a helmet. So that was the goal number 1 right now. I just had to do a bit of swimming, some more vine swinging, and boom, helmet unlocked. These guys make a pretty good cushion as well, and have some other tricks up their sleeves. Is the plan to, they lift me up to this ladder. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Awesome. You know, besides the fact that most of the human population are mindless now, these guys are actually quite fun. Whee! Coming up top, I found that there were some more of these faceless stuck in a cage, so of course the only solution is to push them off the edge. Hopefully those guys are fine. I'm not too sure. Getting tossed onto the other side, I found that there's another faceless here, but this one seemed to be full dead. Not sure what use they have just yet. Well, coming down made it all make sense. This pressure pad needed 20 people on it, so we just needed to collect 11 more of these guys. Going towards the cage, I found that these guys actually do not care about fall damage, so that's nice. That would have sucked to drag all of them over. I was able to use these guys to now open this gate, and got one more to the party that was just hanging around. Just a little further, I found 4 more just chilling in a minecart. After being tossed to this lever, I got to use a bit of physics to barely get them over the edge, so now I just need to get 3 more. And I gotta say, this whole area is probably my favorite, which I think I'm alone on. It's just really chill, and progress feels really nice. Anyways, I was now pulling this cart with my gang, up to this chute. They tossed me up, and after dropping on top of the cart, I was now being pushed to a new area. This brought me to a cage where I had to use this boost cube to reach them. And if you think about it, it's kinda messed up that they're here, just alone, waiting for someone to stumble upon them. Sadness aside though, I wasn't done with this area just yet. I saw that I was able to rip this wood off and found a ladder, which goes far down. This is where I found a torch on the wall, and I finally got to actually be intimidating towards these animals. I was no longer prey here. Fuck out my way. Fuck out my way. The bad news though, is that this was all just for an achievement, and I soon lost my torch to the water. Whatever, at least I got the gate unlocked. If you can't tell by the giant booms in the background, this zone was about to have some crazy mechanic. I just had to do one final jump just for old time's sake. I really wish I could take them, but it's literally impossible now. Oh wow. The gimmick with this place was that there was a massive shockwave coming through every few seconds, so you have to be behind cover or else. I also wonder what the reason for this is. We're underground, so maybe it's mining charges or some sort of generator that gets power from booms? I don't think anyone knows. All I know is that it's not very safe. Shit. This brought me to another puzzle, which had a lever that stopped the moving part. I wish it also worked on me too, though. I didn't do much thinking the second time as well. What you actually had to do here was time it so when you climb up top, it moves and blocks you just in time so the shockwave doesn't knock you to the stratosphere. Sick. Awesome. Made it. Yeah, we made it, just to a different level of hell. I take it back on my theory about these shockwaves being for mining or power. These test dummies sitting here have me thinking it's some sort of weapon now. And it may as well be because I was just flying all over the place here. Come on, man, it's right there. Just give me a break. Ugh, okay, we're fine. Big. The final fuck you that the shockwave can do to me was making my elevator break and come crashing down, so that's nice. At least there was water down here to cushion the crash. I just had to find the safety release and swim out at this point. Woo! Easy. You know that one phrase, "My life is a movie"? I think only this kid can actually use that line because holy shit, he just can't catch a break. And apparently neither can I because we're back at the water. You know what? Actually, maybe not. In this room, I got to finally chill a bit and do a relaxing platforming puzzle involving these cubes. It's times like these where I just appreciate the developer, and oh my god, we're back here. But at least her guts seem to not be in her gut. Oh, she's dead. Wow. Damn, she's still after me? Get a life, bro. As you can see here, this level was all about making space and avoiding the girl. This is also where I just make a ton of mistakes, so enjoy the stupidity. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it again. I'm just so special, yeah? Oh, wait. Wait! I love the water levels. This mechanic to just take her around the map to create distance for 15 minutes wasn't really my favorite. At least I was able to lose her by pressing this button and barely making it past this door. Big! I was pretty happy to finally be out that water, and I gotta ask, do I have the rare water enjoyer enjoying this video? Comment down below if that's you. Can we not? We don't have to do this each time. I honestly was getting pretty sick of this. At least this chain was probably the final part, and holy shit, give me a break! Or maybe not. This seemed to actually be a scripted scene, because our character was getting dragged far down. What is going on? This went on for a while, and at some point I even passed out. The weird thing is that she stuck me with this random yellow plug. No clue what it is, but she let go at this point. When I reached the bottom, it looked as if I was fish food, like the other guy down here with me. That's until I woke up and made a groundbreaking realization. Okay, I guess I'm just one of them now. I'm just a fish. This was pretty strange, but I won't fight it. This place seemed to be a secret underground laboratory, and I wonder how it got to this point. Never mind that. Check out this all-time classic. Who remembers meat spin here? Oh, hole mole. Ole mole.
Ole mole.
Don't know if that site still exists, but I'm also not going to find out. Uh-oh. A bit more platforming later, and I found myself doing a dive into a tanker. Exiting the tanker brought me into a very, very strange room. This room seemed to have floating water, reverse water, the word water backwards, retaw. I don't know how I felt about this. All I know is that it was creepy. We couldn't progress without this cube, so I used a bit of elbow grease and finesse to shoot this thing out. Just give me a moment. 1 second. There we go. This gave us the ability to send this cube up, and after a bit of jerry-rigging, we were able to enter the water, where there were all these people hanging around. I'm not sure if they're regular people, or maybe just lab-grown for maybe the parasites we saw, but the one thing I can see is that they're riddled with the parasites at this very moment. Pulling out these red containers seemed to have opened a door, so now I was in a giant warehouse where I found a box that I could pull. While I was pulling this over, suddenly the door opened, and a man, a child, and a forklift came in. They seemed to be purchasing this cage of people to use, and if it wasn't obvious before, these aren't even considered people anymore, just a product. Whatever though, I had a box puzzle to do. In this room, we had a lever which lowered and raised the water level. What you had to do here was position the box onto the platform, and then raise the water level just enough so the door stays open, and after that you can jump into the water. Actually a pretty cool puzzle. Another dive later, I saw some faceless working on these boxes that suspend these bodies up. I tried dropping down to see if anything was different, and nah, they still hate me. Pulling this lever raised the water level up, and so bodies started dropping down. And I seem to be able to control these people as well, without a helmet, so I definitely am different now. Next thing I did was get tossed into this water, and then dropped onto this button to open this door. Going through the door, I found more people who just stopped their jobs and joined the cause. The cause being throwing me across this pit, and then running into the pit. They're fine, don't worry. Looking out the window, I saw some people running frantically towards something in the far distance. This brought me into a big expanse where I saw even more people running in the back. One quick office jog later, I saw even more people. What the actual hell is the hubbub here? Judging by the bloodied humanoid in here, I seem to be getting closer to the more high-profile experiments as well. They even had this Hannibal Lecter look-alike. Creepy. Back to the main attraction though. I thought this guy was coming for me, but nope. He ran past me, and after a bit more running, I saw that everyone was here, looking into this dome. The company golf cart was actually being used as well to arrive here sooner. I wasn't actually able to look inside though, so that piqued my curiosity a lot. I just had to climb up and saw that there were even more people looking down at whatever is in there. My curiosity brought me to a tunnel where all I had to do was let go, and I was inside the dome. Okay, when I said let go, I didn't mean any of my clothes as well. What the hell? Whatever. They all seemed to be pointing at something behind me, and when I turned back, I saw it. Huh. What the actual hell is that? It's like a hive mind. That's all I can describe it as. It looks like a hive mind. It was connected to multiple helmets and a massive tube in the back. This had me wondering if this thing was being used as a computer to control the faceless as a tool. I was just a little virus to let in to free it from its cage. Well, with the third helmet gone, I assume it got its strength back because it assimilated me instantly. Oh my god, I just got assimilated. This is where I had control of the blob, and I guess this is me now. Well, first order of business, let's just wriggle over to the glass and give these perverts a bit of a surprise. Holy shit. Holy. Oh my goodness. This is actually insane. Yep, this was literally insane. And I was insanely strong as well. Oh my goodness, I am strong. A bit of rolling later, I was back at all the faces I had, which gave me a boost up to this door. The next thing I did was ignore the standard issue elevator wait warning and dropped a couple stories. I first dropped into an office setting, and after that, into some sort of model. I wasn't done with my rampage here though, and I kept thrashing around. I killed that guy. This was honestly just a massive power trip for me. Considering I was defenseless this whole game, and now I had actual power, it felt good. Yes, run them all over. At the very end of this lobby though, I found something that would probably make the blob quite happy to find. And that's the CEO, I presume. I wonder what's going through this guy's head right now. With his gigantic fleshy blob, he can't even tell how angry I am. Look what you made me. Oh my goodness. I just had to wash the blood off, and I was back to doing puzzles, like I was a little boy again. The only difference is that the dogs don't do shit anymore. Well, there are still people following me in the back, and when I dropped down here, I saw something very weird. There was a faceless down here, and he was signaling me to go back. And so, I did. And for that, he opened a door. But why? In the next room, there was already someone prepared to help me as well. These guys are like helping me, but want nothing to do with me at the same time. That's right, I am your god. We'll get to that later though. This dropped me down to another puzzle where I had to use this box in this furnace and take it back to the room I just dropped in. A little bit of juggling later, and boom, I threw it into the engine and opened the gate. This took me to an open area where I started to swing on this machine, while the people on the other side waited to hook me on. I'm still super confused on why they are helping me. Am I controlling them, or are they following some weird agenda? I'm really not sure at all. In this next room, you can see just a ton of people in the back running and preparing for something. It seems they have systems for this, which is pretty unsettling. Oh well, just one last puzzle and this next room would probably spawn the most questions out of anything. And yep, this just got weird. I was now the main attraction for hundreds of people here. There were even kids at the front, and eventually after dancing for this cube, the most obvious trapdoor opened and got me, trapping me for good. Nah, just kidding. There's actually loose matting here, and I was able to free myself. I've become pretty skeptical about a ton of things at this point, and had no idea if this was all planned or not. But after getting out of the water and running towards this wall, I was able to crack it. This revealed some of the sunlight coming through the cracks. This actually felt real. The second crash only confirmed it. I was now rolling towards my freedom. My freedom, though, felt more like it was my death, because the blob probably touched its first and last sunlight right here on the beach. Okay, so that's the game. We get no exposition, so let me just get my schizo theory out of the way. I definitely think that the boy was a virus that was being controlled to come here and free the blob. And the blob was just a supercomputer that was being controlled to in turn control those mindless to do hard labor tasks for the normal humans. What I'm confused about, though, is why were all those people helping me to escape, just to trap me at the end in another cage? If I had to compare this last part to something, it would be the running of the bulls in Spain. It just felt like these people were getting entertainment out of this. But that doesn't make too much sense because the blob felt valuable. I don't know. It's really hard to stick a story to this. Let me know what you guys think though. If you like what you saw and you want to see more things like this, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have a game that you really like or have interest in, talk about it in the comments. Who knows, it might be the next game someone plays, including possibly me. Anyways, that's enough yapping. Bye!